Um, by the way, I probably could have made this as a as a screen capture video, but on the computer here. But I wanted to point out a couple of interesting things I found. This right here, this computer will ever wake up, is really cool. And um, so you can kind of tell where it is. It's actually on GitHub. And there's like code and stuff on GitHub too that it's got links to. But it's a really good like 10 or 12 chapter article, and if you go over here, this little thing will pop out and it shows you what the different chapters are. But it's a real good introduction to the 8266. Now it's very technical. I mean, this actually has enough information in it for you to build your own module, I guess. I haven't read it that thoroughly, but the first several sections are like that, chapters are like that. But you can kind of gloss over that if you're just buying the, like the Nodemcu modules or whatever, instead of buying the individual little chips. So, because I don't know if you knew that or not, but if you're new to the 8266, I mean, the 8266 has, um, see that little thing right there, the actual silver thing with the antenna on it, squiggly lines? That's actually the module. That's the actual 8266 module. And that's glued onto a carrier board with solder or whatnot, and, the Bluetooth modules, if you ever looked at those, are kind of the same way. They actually have, a lot of them do anyway. Yeah, even this one does. I mean, it actually has a module with an antenna actually soldered onto a board, another circuit board that somebody threw together just so they could stick pins on it and sell it at a higher price. But the thing is, you can actually buy these modules for cheap. They're actually like $3, and they're hard to solder to, but they're not impossible to solder to. It's not like it's not like the chips that are actually on those modules. I mean, imagine trying to solder some of these pins, and these are actually these are solderable if you have a microscope. I've actually soldered pins like this before, but boy, those fine pitch pins they get up to. I mean, you just can't do that, and it can be done with, again, a heat gun and a damn solder mask, laser cut solder paste mask, and but it's just a mess. I mean, I wouldn't even think about ever doing that. But anyway, the point is, though, this was a really good introduction, though, to that 8266. Um, and I guess, Beginner's Guide to the 8266, if you just Google that or whatnot, that'll, point you in the right direction. But it is on, like, Chapter 1, ESP, whatever. And I guess it had an index section. Well, this is the introduction. But anyway, but there is links to code and stuff. But, this will show you how to set up a basic, later on in the chapters, like, you get down to web servers and stuff like that. It's really easy to follow, but real informative. I mean, if you've, it actually goes into a lot about the internet and networking and stuff like that, that is explained just really well in like layman's terms. So, you don't have to be like super technical to understand it, but fairly technical, but not like an IT expert or something like that. So, I mean, it'll really fill you in on a lot of the, the fill in some of the blanks. So, but that was really a cool resource. Let's see. It seems like there was another one, but I can't remember what it is. So I don't know. Internet of Things. Let's see. It's an ESP32. So I think one of these was kind of a training thing like that. This was, I don't know, it had some information into it. So I have it in my basics. So this is for like introduction stuff over here. You're new to it. But this had a lot of information too in the 8266s. This is obviously a different link. I don't think this really had that much useful information on it though. This is the Wikipedia article. We don't need to look at that. even though I think it was fairly good, but okay. Internet of Things. I think this is kind of informative again for some basic comparisons or something. And I also found a lot of good guides on really probably should have done this as a video capture. Again, I got OBS Studio. They just came out with a new one too, and I haven't installed it yet, but it has a pause on it. So on OBS Studio, so I'm really looking forward to testing that out. But yeah, I don't know what this. Oh, this is a PDF from ESP, but it's a getting started guide. But it's Espressif's PDF, so it's actually their official document. So I don't know if you can see that or not, but you know, a lot of these stuff. What is information from Espressif is, let's just say, a little lacking. Some of it is in like too much detail, but then again, it leaves certain things out that it shouldn't, and I don't know. You know, it's better, you know, not that bad written for, like, I don't know, Chinese documentation or whatever it is. I don't know what it's, you know, Espressif is Korean or I have no idea. But anyway, it's not bad for, you know, Oriental, you know, Middle Eastern or Eastern documentation, but you know, it's just you know, it's missing a little bit. There's just a je ne sais quoi about it. You know, something missing, and I don't know what. But anyway, let's see. Data pinouts. Examples. You know, the camera. I got a whole bunch of camera links. ESP electronic. And these are some of the technical articles. You know, that's where I put the beginner's guide. Yeah. Well, anyway, you know, a little teensy section too, and library section, but some pretty good little you know, little YouTube videos too on you know, on some of these ESP issues. You know, how to hook up servos to it and create a web server and everything. So if you'd rather, you know, do videos, that's one way of going about it. But yeah, there was another, like, I don't know, introduction section that I had found. It was kind of a comparison is what it was. Oh, well, that's going to be down here. Let's see, where is it? It was in speed tests, I guess. Well, no, it's a comparison. Well, yeah, family, ESP types. Okay, so let me let's see. Nodemcu. Okay, yeah, right here, for example, is a pretty good little article, and this is on the Arduino side, I guess. Well, that might be a, no, that's a speed test. Well, let's see, yeah, right here probably. That's what I was thinking of. I mean, this thing's so damn slow, it's just hard to... Maker Advisor, yeah, this was kind of cool. It was, you know, it's worthwhile little read if you're, you know, want to get more familiar with the ESP32 versus 8266. So, you know, it's this Maker Advisor, you know, well, just Google this. But, you know, it kind of goes in and tells you, and, you know, it has kind of a feature comparison side by side, and that's what's kind of cool. And see, these are the actual modules. So, you know, they're not the actual, you know, like the Nodemcu carriers or whatever, but, you know, they're the actual modules. But see, these things aren't impossible. They're hard to solder to, but they're not impossible. So if you had some surface mounts, you know, if you did a circuit board, you know, had a circuit board made or whatnot, and you got some surface mount channels, I mean, you could solder to it. I think they'd be a little tiny, though, to try to solder like wires to. I guess it could be done, but man, that's getting to be more delicate. And you run the risk of these pads being pulled off when you solder to things like that. But anyway, this was a good article because it just, it gets you kind of generally an overview, of the different, um, the two different main categories. I hate, this is bullshit. You come visit a site and, 20 seconds later they're asking you to, fucking join their email. I don't even fucking know this site. What the fuck makes you think after 10 seconds I'm going to want to fucking give my goddamn email out, you fucking idiots? Why do these assholes all do that? That's just so fucking annoying. And some of these people don't even give you this long. At least they gave you, 15 or 20 seconds. But at any rate, that really pisses me off. I fucking hate shit like that. Those fucking bastards. And it's just fucking idiotic. It's one thing if they try to do that when you leave their site or whatever, they detect where your mouse is or whatnot, but it's another thing when they just pop up after 5 seconds. That's ridiculous. Anyway, that's enough of that, though. I just wanted to kind of give you, I know this video kind of sucked, but I just wanted to kind of, as much as I could, show you some of the resources I found on the internet. So, I ought to just copy my favorites list to, like, I don't know, GitHub or something, but I don't know if I can do that or not, but I assume I could. But anyway, that's enough.